gotta feel it. This is Haley's vlog.
Hey guys, it's Haley. What's my name today, Ethan? Haley Graduation Shine. It's Haley here for my first ever vlog about Escape from Camp 14, and this here is Ethan Potthoff, my guest star, and
Hello, everybody.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So first, I'll just kind of give you a summary on the book. Basically, this guy named Shin. He's born in North Korea in their political prison camp, labor camp called Camp 14. And if you're born there, you grow up there, you never get out. And Shin is the first person to ever escape. And so this is a book by Blaine Harden, and it's formulated based on a bunch of interviews with Shin and various other people. And he follows Shin from his childhood years through his escape to China and then to South Korea, and he now is in the United States. So this is gonna be kind of scattered, but I'm gonna tell you some of my thoughts on it, and we're gonna ask Ethan some questions. He has a bug that he's playing with.
No longer.
There's like a piece of grass right in front of your face
probably...
too. I can't fix it though. Okay, that's a little better.
Sorry, vloggers.
They're viewers.
Viewers. We're the vloggers, my bad.
Okay, so what would be an essential for you to survive in a place like Camp 14?
Oh, easy. Wi-Fi. Okay. Need my Wi-Fi. Need my cell phone with my Clash of Clans.
And that would help you survive?
I think so.
Okay, so I have some words about that came from the book. They said, so there's a character named Park, which he is not from North Korea, but he was imprisoned in the political labor camp, and he's the one who helped Shin escape. He kind of like showed him a window to the outside, which Shin had never had before. And it says, their relationship echoed in many ways the bonds of trust and mutual protection that kept prisoners alive in the Nazi concentration camps. In those camps, researchers found the basic unit of survival was the pair, not the individual.
Whoa.
So, yes. Whoa. So
Friendship.
Yeah, friendship. That's what you need in there. A lot of like the Nazi concentration camps, you see accounts like Anne Frank and her sister.
Speaking of friendship, we got a little bug right here. This is my new friend.
He's green, in case you were wondering. And Anne Frank and her sister, and when Anne Frank's sister died, Anne Frank lost the will to live. And so, like, it's just stuff like that. So I guess a partner in that would help in survival. Kind of like how you wouldn't want to be stranded on an island by yourself.
Yeah, that would suck.
It would.
That would really suck.
It would suck. Okay, so part of the book that kind of was something that stood out to me was it explored my worst fear a lot, and that's like someone else having total control of me and like torturing me. Like Shin had scars on his back from being held over fire, and like scars from like hooks holding him there, and
like hooks in his skin.
Yeah.
Ow.
In places that you don't want to know. Yes, like bad stuff, and basically just like he was beat all the time, all this stuff. So anyway, it talks about that a ton in the book with all these different people, because the guards would do that. And so it made me think, like, what's their worst fear if they're subjected to stuff like that their whole lives? I don't know, I just can't really imagine anything worse that they would be afraid of. And then another concept that kind of stood out to me was love and mercy and family were words without meaning. God did not disappear or die. Shin had never heard of him. And so that stood out to me for obvious reasons. Like, I can't really imagine growing up in a place where the concepts of love and mercy and God and, you know, something that gives you the idea of hope and kindness to others doesn't exist, or family, or, you know, because they breed selfishness in there. In their schools, they only teach the kids to abide by the rules. In the general public, they teach them to worship the great leaders. and they don't really focus as much on things like science, math, you know. In the camps, they teach the kids to not ask questions, was a big focal point of the book. So, I don't know, that makes you think about, like, where do the scientists and mathematicians come from? And maybe could North Korea pull themselves together a little more if they changed their system of education, rather than reading things like snitching on your peers and selfishness and things like that. Okay, so Ethan, would you ever enter North Korea for the sake of journalism, humanitarian aid, experience, or anything?
You know, I don't know. I'd be kind of scared.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot of things about North Korea, so I don't know. I mean, maybe if I was super into journalism, I might go to North Korea. I don't know.
Good answer. So, Parks, like I told you, he's the character that helps Shin escape. And he's not from North Korea, as I said. And so he went in there and in the camp taught Shin about the outside world. And what Shin was really motivated to leave by was the food that Parks told him about. But
wait, really?
yeah, the food.
Shin wanted to leave because of food?
Yeah. I mean, they're starving, and like Shin had never heard of actual food. But
that's a good reason to leave, you know?
Yeah, well, Shin was almost unhuman because of his surroundings. He was motivated by food. He was only worried about himself. He was emotionless. He compared himself to an animal. And then Parks, like, what kind of person would it take to willingly enter North Korea, knowing the risk of never leaving and being put into a labor camp?
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
They gotta be brave.
Yeah, definitely brave, definitely passionate about, like, uncovering things and helping other people. Maybe just intrigued by it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
There's one other character that really caught my attention. His name was Uncle, and when Shin was being tortured and held hostage in there, Uncle showed him kindness, and that he was like the first person to ever do that. What are you laughing about?
Uncle.
Are you putting sticks in my hair? Oh.
Yeah. Park and Shin and Uncle. It's great names.
Shed. Oh, Shin.
Yeah, Shin.
And so he's showing these qualities in the midst of everything that's the opposite of that, and I found that to be really inspiring and like good for my heart. So I really liked Uncle. Let's see, Ethan. If you were put in charge of helping a North Korean defector assimilate, what would be your plan of action?
Wait, say that again, sorry.
If you were in charge of helping a North Korean defector, like a refugee from there, assimilate, what would be your plan of action?
If I was to help them, like, assimilate into my culture?
Yeah.
I don't know, you know? Just gotta be their best friend. You gotta be there for them the whole time. Probably take them in for a couple days. Kind of show them around. I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
Okay.
That's hard.
It is a hard question. Which brings me to the question of, they talk a lot about Shin. Shin's struggling to assimilate, and the rest of North Korean defectors also struggling with this. And because of how they've been brought up and the surroundings that they have constantly been subjected to, they have serious issues when they're brought into a different culture where ideas like love and mercy and selflessness are introduced to them, and family, you know, things like that, trust. So a lot of times they start causing problems. They cost a lot of money. So the question there is, I guess, like, how far is a government obligated to go to help them once you reach a certain point? Which I don't really know if that has an answer, but
That's a hard question.
it is. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap up our vlog. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Ethan, for co-starring with me today.
Yeah, see you later, viewers. Love being a vlogger today.
See you later. We've had an update on what my name is today. What is it, Ethan?
More like Haley Stupid Shine, because graduation shine. Terrible pun.
For the reference, he always is like, Haley Sad Shine, Haley Happy Shine, Haley. So Oh.
Because that's her last name, Sunshine.